Hi. I would tell you my name, but that's a complicated thing right now. So let me get started with who I am and why I'm making this video. I'm making this video to tell everyone my story to hopefully help someone somewhere with what they're going through. Now, I'm not a trained professional. I'm not the best advice giver. This is more of a motivational thing to make you realize that you're not alone out there. Now, there are going to be some struggles in life, and that's okay, because I just found another struggle where I just recorded 20 minutes of audio, just me talking, real happy with what I said. You're wondering where that went? I'd like to know too. There was something wrong with the audio with my computer, and that 20 minutes was wasted. 20 minutes of air. But that's okay. Mistakes are a way of life. And one thing you have to realize, and something I've struggled with, is mistakes are okay. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes. You will make mistakes, but it's okay. And now, kind of a little bit about me. My chosen name is Hermione. I've recently discovered that I am trans, and I'm currently in the process of starting HRT. HRT stands for Hormonal Replacement Therapy, and I'm going to share my story, progress, and as much as I can to hopefully help other people be inspired like I was by other people in the community. Growing up, I never really had a hero, so to speak, or someone I looked up to. I mean, yeah, but as a young boy, I thought my father was pretty cool, but I never had, like, who's your hero? I never really had one. I mean, I don't really care for sports, and I didn't know anything about streaming video games like the content creators growing up because I wasn't allowed on those types of things. Um, but I finally found someone to look up to, and they helped me kind of give me that shock I needed to realize who I really am. Uh, it it's a hard process figuring out who you really are, but it for me it was so worth it realizing that after years and years of essentially questioning it, having this need, this want, this feeling that there's something more to me, that there's this thing about me that I want to be this person, this bigger thing that I've never felt like full, I guess. I always felt like there was something more, something that was special about me, but it like, I wouldn't say not necessarily like a hero in a book, a nerd who gets bullied and he finds out he has powers. I wouldn't go as far to say that, but there's always been that feeling that I was meant for something a little bit more than what I was. And throughout my life, I've had these instances where I've currently looked back, and I realized that I wanted to be female just as long as I can remember. There's always those little clues that I ignored because of essentially how I grew up or my surroundings. I live in a smaller rural town, well, city, but it's you ask anyone around us, it's the boonies. But it's not what you call the biggest accepting populace, and that kind of makes it a lot harder. So that's why I'm making the I'm going to tell everyone my journey. So just help to reach out to these people to let them know it's okay. I thought this is cringe. I even some aspects still feel cringe. But cringe is due to the fact of, status quo or the thought of normal. And that's such a load of nothing. Because no one's normal. We're all unique. That's what one of the greatest things about being human is being unique. And don't let anyone ever tell you that, oh, you're weird or whatever. Because they're weird too. Like, no one's normal. No one fits into this, process of normal. It's just such a bold-faced lie. There's no such thing as it. And I shouldn't advise. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I just want to tell people my story to hopefully help inspire them to follow their dreams like I'm currently am. And to give you an idea of my story, we might as well start at the beginning. For as long as I can remember, I've always envied the female populace. I've always, longed to be a part of them. And it started out with, little things like wanting to be in their friend groups or wear pretty clothes like them. And speaking of cringe, saying stuff like that. But like I said, I'm not here to, I'm here to help others and help myself as well to get over this aspect. But yeah, I've always looked at them with a sort of envy for many years, just always kind of denying it, no, I'm a boy, I should be manly and all this and that. But one day in my early teens, I had this dream. I followed this dream. I dressed up as a girl, and I was happy. I was so excited about it, but unfortunately, due to circumstances, I got found out the very first time, and unfortunately, my mother was the one to find out. And granted, it wasn't like she was, screaming or nothing, but she didn't really know what to do. So, in a way, she didn't mean to hurt, but she didn't really help either, and that's okay. But yeah, so through the years, it was very hard because there were other times I wanted to dress up and go into girl mode or whatever, but I always found it, kind of this little niche thing, like, oh, I just want to feel this way for this reason, and then no, I don't want to be like this all the time. And just going through the years, it just never went away. If anything, it got stronger. But with the flow of time, also, stuff just got harder as I got older. Because as I got older, I went through junior high, high school, whatever. And when I graduated high school, I went to the military. And now in the military, you can't really just come out as something like that or wanting to do those things, because that talk about peer pressure. But speaking of peer pressure in the military, that's essentially how I ended up there. Everyone was telling me that they're proud of me and all this and that. I wanted to live up to their dreams. I wanted to live up to them being proud of me. So I followed that and essentially ignored what I wanted to do. And that's a lesson I learned the hard way. You can't live your life for other people. You can't live your life because you think that's what other people want you to do. I learned that I have to live my life for me. And going forward with that, when I didn't make it through training, I was sent home after a total of 4 weeks of being in Texas for training. And when I came home, I moved into an apartment on the second floor of my mother's and stepfather's house. to move in with my sister. My sister is great. She's happy for me as long as I'm okay in this process. But I no longer had to conform to the military standards or my parents' way because I had my own sort of freedom. So I decided I wanted to grow my hair out. I've had it short my entire life. I wanted to have actual long hair to see what I thought. Now, growing out a buzz cut didn't look all that neat, but I grew it out pretty long. I grew it out to about shoulder length, I think, at least in the back. And yeah, I ended up getting so annoyed that I clipped it off and actually wanted to go to kind of like a transgender hairstyle because I was finding out that I thought I was not transgender, a gender fluid hairstyle because I thought I was in that little niche where I didn't want to really transition, but I also wanted to go out in public and be able to go into Victoria's Secret, Route 21, and look at the clothes I wanted to look at without being a quote unquote weirdo, which is also a thing that doesn't really exist as long as you're not hurting anyone or, invading someone's privacy. But that's a topic we're not going to go into. But yeah, I started into this process of trying to be not trans, being gender fluid, and I grew my hair out till I got annoyed with it, so I kind of got a gender fluid haircut. I'm on my third time of growing my hair back out, but this time I'm going to grow it out a lot longer. I'm probably about a good 6 inches now, I think. Yeah, I'm going to start living my life for me. I'm not going to try to conform to anything or anyone. I'm going to live for me. And I want to tell everyone my story to hopefully allow people the ability to get that kind of like spark, that awakening that I got actually just a couple weeks ago. That's how new my story is I got this rude awakening, ironically enough, while watching Finster, because this whole time I'm like, oh, I can't transition. I'm too old. I'm in my mid-20s, my mid to early 20s. My body's already fully developed. I'm already this way. I'm not going to be able to look natural, nothing like that. Until I watched Finster, and it really screwed me up bad. But also in seeing someone only a couple years younger than me look so convincing, essentially leading the life I've always wanted to live, while it really upset me, it also essentially inspired me to stop wasting time. And I bring that up because in my actual recent appointment with my therapist she essentially called me out in the fact that I kept saying I was running out of time, but she essentially called me out in the fact that me saying I'm running out of time or I ran out of time is this form of regret. She made me realize that, and the fact that I'm done regretting waiting or wasting time. That's why I'm starting my process now. I'm done wasting time. I'm done leading a life I no longer want to live. I want to lead the life that I want, that I feel like is meant for me. Now, it's not going to be an easy process. It's going to be a long, hard process. And I'm going to share it all with you guys, because even if no one watches these videos or one person does, I'm going to share this process because helping you or helping me by doing this will give me the motivation to follow it through. Again, I'm not a trained professional. I'm just telling you what I've learned and my story mostly. And saying that I encourage you, whether you're feeling gender dysmorphia or what have you. Therapy, sorry about that. Therapy is not a bad thing. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Being able to come forward and, talk to somebody without the fear of ridicule. Just get it off your chest. And these people are trained professionals to help you work through your feelings. So if you're feeling any sort of way, you're lost or you're sad or you're confused, you just don't know what to do, seek the help. I strongly encourage you to. It is such a wonderful process to do that. It's helped me so much. It's just a great thing, and I encourage you to follow it. And I encourage you to follow your dreams, not for your mom or your dad. That those people, they're not so important to me anymore, because I've already decided that whoever's not okay with who I really am, they can go live their life. I'm going to drop contact with those people because I'm tired of letting their voices plague my life in a way that will stop me from fulfilling this dream that I want more than anything now. Because I finally realized this is what I've wanted. And I'm going to follow this dream to the best of my abilities. And I just hope that by the end of this, I can achieve this happiness and peace that I've looked for so long. And I'll bring you guys along with. I kind of plan to update my Twitter, which sooner or later I will link to my profile on here and also link my Twitch and so on and so forth, so you guys can essentially come hang out with me, have fun with me, and watch me on this journey. Because I'll be around for a while with this journey, because it's not going to be easy or short. But with that, my chosen name is Hermione. I am trans, and I am happy. And I will follow my dreams. And I will see you guys later.